All right, guys, what's going on? I'm back here with Asa, and we basically just gonna talk a little bit about our trip. A little bit of, we went to St. Thomas on our travel vlog. You will see more videos of it, of course, and we'll show you a little stuff. You'll see some of this in this video. But we've been dating close to about a year now, and we went. Our first trip was to Dallas, Texas, to meet friends, to meet Kendrick, as you've seen on the show before.
Yes, and his lovely wife. His lovely wife. I gotta talk louder. I'm sorry. I'm a massage therapist. I'm used to having a very calm, soothing
Okay.
voice.
That's what she says. Okay. Anyway, the point is, we went to that trip, enjoyed it little self, met his wife, but it was a greater setup for this trip that we went to. We went down to St. Thomas. Now, this was a longer trip that she's been on. Her first trip was to Japan, so that was a longer. That's the longest trip you've been on.
Yes, and it was the only plane trip I had been on until we went to Texas,
Mhm.
which was the second, and then we went to St. Thomas, which was my third plane trip.
Yes.
So I've had two out of the three plane trips with this guy over here. So
Yes, and it let's we basically get a quick catalog of some of this stuff. Like I say, you will show you
yes,
better pictures and stuff like that, but this is just for it. So what happened was we were getting ready to go down to St. Thomas, and of course, an ice storm slash winter storm came through.
yes, it did, and we were scheduled to fly out 6 o'clock Monday morning.
6 o'clock Monday morning.
So I got up here to your house. Um, well, I got up here Saturday.
Yeah.
Because the wintry mitts and all of that was supposed to be coming in
Correct.
Sunday. So I got up here Saturday. So me being a female and going somewhere for a whole week meant that I had to pack 20 outfits to bring up here and turn around and repack that into how we were, gonna go down to St. Thomas together because he's got enough to fit on a carry on. And
I'm a guy.
and
Yeah.
we're taking stuff down to his mom and some stuff for his grandma. So we're trying to reconfigure everything. I've already packed, so I feel like I'm packing twice. So that's what we were doing Saturday. No, that's what we were doing Sunday. And as we were planning to leave out Monday. In the midst of all of that, little Elena decides to check the nightstand because that's where she thought. That's where she thought her passport was. My passport was not there. So as the snow and the ice or whatever was coming down, I don't even remember now because it is so irrelevant. As that was coming down, I'm having a meltdown because I'm realizing that my passport is 50 minutes back at my home when I was convinced that I had left it here from the last trip we had took together. So I was upset and he had to talk me down from that. That was a little couple empowerment moment we had. And he being the gracious soul that he is, just we got in the car, went on down there, and came back, listened to some devotional and some sermons just to kind of get our space and mind right. And got back here, getting back what we think is on track, making sure that we are checked in, um, have done all the things that they require us to do to show that our COVID-19 tests were negative, all of this, that, and the third. So in the midst of all of that, he was upstairs. He comes downstairs and he says, "Our flight is canceled." And I'm like, "What?" And we just did all of that to be right where we're supposed to be to fly out. What we thought was that Monday morning, and our flight got pushed back to Tuesday because of the wintry mist. And I used that in air, I emphasis on the air quotes because it was clear as a bone that Monday morning, I was concerned because I thought maybe we were gonna have to go to his aunt's a place who stays minutes from the airport that Sunday because I was concerned that maybe when we got up Monday morning, the drive to the airport would be bad.
Yeah.
It was nothing on the road, but they did not just, and it wasn't the fact that they pushed back. They if they had a pushed the flight back, that would be one thing. They just canceled us all together. And we're talking about the sun was out, the birds were chirping.
Yeah.
It looked like nothing had even happened the day before. But we lost a whole day.
Yeah.
So that did suck. Because we knew the trip was gonna go by fast, but you just had to make use of what you could. It was Martin Luther King Day, so our jobs would have been closed anyway. Not that I would have went to mine, but anywho, so we
So
had another extra day.
yeah. Yeah, and then but we we made it through, and then we went made sure everything was good. But I had myself my little mini panic because of the whole COVID test to see because it was 1 day out,
Yes.
and we thought that that was going to be a problem and stuff like that.
Correct, because they were requiring that your test had to be
Within
within
3 days,
3 days
yeah.
of you taking it from when you're traveling.
Yep.
So that's what we did. 3 days between that day till Monday. But
Exactly.
since we left Tuesday, it was past the 3 day mark. I wasn't too concerned about it. If push kind of shove, I was just gonna go down there and be an angry black woman and be like, "Well,
Well, again, you down there.
we're going." But of course, yes, logistic wise, of course, you have to look at it, because it was
Yeah.
out of our control. It's not like we could do anything about it.
So yeah, we did I looked through all kind of stuff, but that was my concern or my little meltdown moment because when she was going through her stuff, she was like, "I'm just go ahead without me." I'm like, "No, I'm not going out
Alive
without
now.
you." I'm letting you because I did. This was the first time in a long time. I've traveled a lot, so this is the first time in a long time I had put insurance on the ticket in case something does come. Which that is, I'm also more thinking about more COVID than weather.
Yeah.
So that's what she's like. She's like, babe, you already have that. Go ahead and get your money back. I'm like, no, no. But she had that situation, and I had mine because again, I was like, that's crazy. But it is what it is. So we got to the airport, and I don't have the video now, but I know where it is. Well, we got in the airport, and we're ready to make our trip. And I was laughing to her because there was a bird that got in the airport, and she was just like,
Oh, the
is this
birds.
is this something now? Like how you can stop it? I mean, there's so many open spaces. Yeah, the birds get in there.
And I mean, this one here, I mean, I call him one of those most interesting men. He's worked a decade, what has it been, like 2 decades ago now when you worked it out?
Yeah, you from 2000 all the way to
So he's like,
2006.
that's normal, it's normal, whatever. And that's sort of thing about like, they gotta poop somewhere. And we're all just walking around. And this was a minor detail. This was not like a big hurrah of our trip. But it was kind of like, and it was only in RDU. When we landed in Miami, when we went to St. Thomas, nothing.
Well,
So
yes, but yes,
North Carolina had to have those type of birds.
got you. So we made it on the plane. We got down there earlier than we supposed to, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
As
because
she
then we
learned,
lost a day.
as she learned, Miami's a big airport too. Yes,
Yes.
Atlanta's a big airport, but Miami's a big airport too. You got some walking to do. And in that regard, she made a right decision because she had some cute shoes that she wanted to wear.
They were sneakers. They were Pumas. I don't know if anybody out there wears Pumas. I've never worn Pumas. And my dad had bought me and my mom a pair. He had the well, he had a gift card from Foot Locker, and he gifted us a pair of sneakers for Christmas with the gift card. And I was with him when we picked out the shoes for me and my mom, who were the same size. So I tried them on in the store, and I'm like, these are really comfortable, and they really had a really thick sole to them, and it looked cute on my feet. I mean, my feet look small, so I wore size 10, so I'm like, okay, I get these, whatever. But they only the the size 10 that I tried on was was the So they said we have to order them for you and have it shipped. So when we they shipped them, they didn't feel like they felt in the store. They felt super tight around my toes,
Mm.
and I was wearing them that Monday, no, no, that Sunday when we went down to my place to get my passport. And on the way down there, I'm like, I need to get some more sneakers. So I grabbed me some more sneakers too when we grabbed my passport. And I was still like, this sucks because I really wanted to break these shoes in and wear them. I'm like, that's not gonna be comfortable. So yes, luckily I wore my just handy dandy Nike Air Maxes that were already broken in because yes, we did a good amount of walking because those terminals were
Long. Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
it,
They
it
were
it
long.
it helped having some sneakers you felt real comfortable in, and then too just nobody wants to wear uncomfortable shoes on your vacation like
Clearly, when you're gonna be stuck in the airplane for like three
no.
some
Yes.
hours or whatever. So yes. So we got there. By the time we got there, we flight to St. Thomas was uneventful, but
Thankfully.
and in that regard, but I gotta see if I doubt it, but I'm gonna have we were we was looking. We got in a plane for Miami, of course. It was not that bad. I'll just give an example. And we left the keys and stuff like that. So that's what you guys. This is just an example. This is St. Thomas right there, but we left the keys, and she was looking outside, and she was just amazed of the water.
Yes, I mean for travelers out there, for people who've been to the Caribbean islands a dozen times, I know you're like, duh. But for a non-traveler like me, I had been dying to see the islands and get down there and see the beautiful, pristine beaches and water. This is
Hmm.
outside of just being his girlfriend. I was excited to go and to just see this because I
Yeah.
have been planning little trips out of my mind. Am I gonna take a cruise? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna go to DR like every other American that lives in the States or whatever? But this was it was magical.
It was to see the water change and the colors and
Yes, and
see
I've
what.
got a lot of pictures on my phone too. Like you could just see like this just the transition. It was like a ombre, like a blue ombre. Like just the further south, you could just see it go from darker, 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 the lighter blue to turquoise blue to just nice, just pristine color.
Yes, as you see on the screen right now, that's just an example of that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that one is that. I was like, yeah, it's no problem. I'll go to I know what spot that should have it like there. Like you see, like the colors right there. It's dark. This is all over here, and you just see a nice blueness, whatever. So she was amazed by that and
Yes.
just like enjoying that. And then, of course, happily we got down to St. Thomas, and she was sweating because it was it was still
Yes.
cold, even though we didn't have the weather like she was talking about. It was still the temperature was still cold in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
It was.
So when we flew out, we both had on well, I had on my a thick just puffy jacket. What were you wearing?
I was wearing this,
You had on that.
that, a polo shirt, and stuff like that.
So yeah, had on that, had on sweats and a long sleeve sweatshirt. I'm just a cold natured person anyway. And when we got to Miami, um, you're still in the airport, and the airports and
The
the airplane
airplane,
is
yeah,
cold
yes.
anyway. But when we got to Miami, flew down to St. Thomas, they didn't have the
We don't have jet bridges. We have
yeah.
like steps to step
So
out.
when you get out that plane, you're just stepping outside, and you somewhere else. That 80 degrees hit you smack in the face. So it literally felt like you went from 30 degrees to 80 degrees. Like there was no transition. I mean, it technically was, but your body didn't feel it because you've been inside
Yeah,
the
yeah,
airport and the
you're correct.
airplane. So I went from, oh my God, I got to get these clothes off of me like right now. And as we were getting our luggage and waiting for his mom, all I kept thinking about is, okay, we're gonna go home first, right? gotta get out these clothes. What you gonna put on when you get out these clothes? I really don't care at this point. Anything that will make my body breathe because I am hot. And the funny thing is, see, it's January, so it's their winter, and so people down there are acclimated to that weather. So there were people who had on pants and long sleeve shirts that are native, like locals there,
Yeah.
because to them this is not hot. And for me, it wasn't hot. I was just overly dressed for
For the
what I'm
occasion.
used to.
Yes.
It was a perfect temperature for me. 82, 83 highs, 70 lows. That is the perfect temperature for me. But nonetheless, I was overly dressed. So it was time to get out the winter clothes and get into
Summer clothes,
some summer
basically.
clothes,
Yeah,
basically.
cause you had a t-shirt and like short pants.
Yeah. I wore mostly dresses down
Yeah, but I mean that day, that's what you did.
there.
So
Yes, that day. Yes, I had on just some, yeah,
t-shirt and short pants just to
yeah,
get to cool down.
just to cool
But it was
down.
cool because you just literally you saw the beaches. You saw like driving over. My mom was driving over. And she was like a real tourist, just outside the back of the window, like.
Oh, I took probably 500 pictures. It was just like snap, 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 video, snap, 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 video, selfie, snap, 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 snap. It was
Yes.
just, but it was so much. Like the energy in St. Thomas is, it's eclectic. When you say,
Yeah.
I mean, it is so much of just the culture of just being a native and growing up in the islands and being
Yeah.
there, but also because it is U.S. territory, you have a lot of Americans from the states down there, so you got a lot of influences from the states there. Um, then you've got, people who travel from other countries or so forth. Because it's an accessible island, they do have their own airport. There's a lot of those things that make it very eclectic. So it's a lot to take in a good kind of way. It's one of those islands that you get a media experience out of traveling there. And then I had him as my local tour guide.
Yeah.
So
Well, also that before that too, I gotta get shout outs to my mom because when she got out there, the first meal she had was kalaloo,
yes,
which is a local dish that she cooked up for her.
yes. See, that's why I wish because I got pictures of that. But yes, that was the first.
We'll take care of that
That
when the
was the
time come,
first
babe.
meal I had. The first time I had heard of callaloo. I had to look it up a few times to get the spelling just right when I was posting it on Instagram. But it was really good. It's a really savory dish.
Yep.
And it just made me feel special. It made me feel like this was my welcome
Yeah.
welcoming meal.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
It was.
hi,
This is Caribbean.
we're welcoming you in. You're
Yeah.
hopefully being grandfathered
Got you.
in.
So of course so that she had that, and then the next morning she started tasting some fruits from down there.
Yes.
The first time she ever tasted passion fruit.
Yes. I had it just in infused water, but I had never ate a fresh like passion fruit because as anyone who knows in the States, passion fruit is a hard fruit to come by anywhere, and it is pretty much not it's pretty much just unheard of to see fresh passion fruit in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
It's just not happening
You guys exotics.
because it's a very exotic fruit,
Yeah.
and it grows plentiful down in Caribbean. They have
Green
the
version.
green version,
Green and yellow.
green and yellow.
Because the one you had was the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So we had
So I
that.
had passion fruit the next day. I had mango, which I had mango, but I hadn't had fresh mango. I'm thinking about just that second day. What else did I have on the second day?
You had coconut water because she had that for you.
Yes.
She did give
Yes.
you coconut water. You
And
drank
mind
it.
you, I had coconut water here in North Carolina out of Wegmans or Walmart, but not coconut water that I had seen literally just being poured out of the coconut that was plucked from a tree 10 minutes ago. Hadn't had that before. So yes, we got coconut water from a local fruit stand, and it tastes so good. Oh my gosh! Even talking about that now, I really want some coconut water.
Well, my mom took it to a stand where they literally cut the coconut right
Yes,
there,
got
and they
footage of
scoop out
that
they
too.
scoop out the jelly, and you had the water. She
Mhm.
did do that, but on
Mhm.
the second day we did that, and then because I wanted her to have a chance, we did went down to Brewers Beach, which is down by the airport, so you could get into the water. At
Yes,
least get there and see
that
what the
was
water
your
was.
get your feet wet experience, literally,
Yeah,
and it was so
it
nice.
was almost sunset, and she seen the water and feeling it, and enjoying it. And then we had a little laugh because on down there you drive on the left hand side of the road, and then we was coming up
Y'all
over
was
the hill.
they're supposed to be driving on the
Oh, left,
right,
left.
but then your mom said that that it was supposed to change, but they just decided not to go with it or something like that.
Must be. I don't remember if
Because
you.
it's U.S. territory.
Yeah, but still, it just it would be hard to change people from driving from one side to the
Yes,
other.
it would. Which obviously we see because they don't. They still drive on the left.
Yeah.
So just so yeah, go back to that. It's funny story. So we're down
And I
there.
think about it is it's gonna be stupid in a way, not being done, but you have to switch the lights.
Yeah, you have to switch everything.
You're not just switching, just driving on the right hand side. The traffic lights is on the other side, so you're gonna have to flip it.
It probably. I was probably like 5 days in before I started looking the right way
Yeah,
when
yes,
when
that's true.
people when he was 30.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
So we went down there, we enjoyed the water, but what happened is we came over the hill, and there was two white girls who they had no clue what they were doing.
don't send your kids down there. They just barely started driving here in the states, and just think it just translates because it
Cause
does
she
not.
drove on her
They
left
were two
suit.
little young girls, and you could just see this
College students, not young girl, but like college
their
students.
facial expressions as we're looking at them coming down the wrong side of the road.
Yep.
They were realizing it, like on their face. It was like,
Yeah.
and it was just like slowly creeping up on them, like, wait, this isn't right, and yeah,
Yep.
and because St. Thomas is they about that life. They got a little dab of touch of New Yorker meets a splash of Californian downtown Los Angeles type of
Oh my
traffic
god.
going on down there. It's
Yeah.
that the horns don't stop. So
Yeah.
if you're not used to driving on the left side of the road, just just taxi drive, just taxi cab it.
Yep.
The
And there
time
ain't no
there.
Ubers down there, so don't
No,
even go
yeah,
there.
no Ubers. You're gonna have to get you. You're just gonna have to hop on one of the taxis, and those taxis are the type of taxis where it's like a wagonette, so you're usually in it with other people,
Yeah.
catching the breeze.
Yes. That's another thing down there. That it was pretty breezy. I gotta give it to them. I think maybe
Oh
because
yeah,
it's winter. I
it
think
was
it's because it's windy.
perfect. The weather was perfect.
Yes. So we had that. Then
Yeah, you
another.
can kind of tell.
Then the other
I want
day,
to go back.
yes. And then the other day we went to a friend's house where it
Mhm.
looked the garden. She had a great garden, and she had all kind of fruit trees and
She didn't
everything.
have a garden.
Yeah,
She
she.
had a botanical experience.
Okay, all right.
This is why we need more pictures because I mean, when you go in there, it's gated, it's beautiful. You got the little. Her house sits up on a on a it's perched up on a cliff, so you got that view that you see downward, and it's just nothing but just these lush trees and just fruit orchids. It's just gorgeous. It was just gorgeous. It's
Yes.
not doing it justice. It
Uh,
was gorgeous.
I can do it justice, but go ahead talking. But yeah, but
So
it was that, and we got some fruits and everything in that
yes,
regard.
we had was it papaya? You plucked papaya.
Yeah.
She had papaya trees. She grew passion fruit, coconut trees, of course. She had what's the one that we got the leaves of
So some.
sour sap. Some sour sap. Um, I'm sure I'm missing something or forgetting something. Yeah, she had plentiful, plentiful trees. It was just beautiful.
Let me see here. They,
Oh yeah, some of the lushness of it.
there you go.
Yeah, and it was gorgeous. I mean, it looked. It was just. It was like you was just. You knew you had just been transported to this just botanical, lush, tropical place because that's what it is.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you see flowers and stuff, and the coconut and the papaya trees she shows there. Just beautiful places, and that's basically it for sure. But that's down there. We walk down here to get some of the sosa
Yes.
and the papaya. This is a papaya tree and stuff like that. So
Where's the pineapple? Oh, I see.
see, that's what she's saying there.
There, you got a whole orchard of fruit trees back here. Yes.
My, my banana, my plantain tree.
Yeah, bananas
My
too.
sugar
Bananas,
apple.
yes.
Where's the sugar apple tree? Yeah. And salsa?
Anybody out there knows anything about soursop, you know that's like a
Yes.
of the gods type
Oh, okay.
Yes, it is.
of god. I'm saying.
Got you. That's what she was. That's what she was stating. And we had like that's the she was talking about like it's dark and it
Yes,
came in
this
light
is
blue.
the transition. Yes.
Oops, sorry.
Aw.
He came light blue. Got you. So we had that's the transition she had down there. This is we would say St. Thomas as soon as we land, and this is her little welcome sign. She was so happy.
Okay, I posted all that on Facebook.
Yeah, nah, it's good.
So yes, when we first landed, the airport is my type of speed airport, and when I say my type of speed, there's only one place to walk into to grab your luggage, and you're off. That's when we were on our way to Brewers Beach, the first beach where we went and got our feet wet in.
Yes.
Okay, so I was just a little happy, just a splash of happy.
Sea grapes,
Sea
but
grapes.
it was not in sea grapes mostly
We're
grows
in
in
season,
season
but
mostly in
yes.
August. But I just tell her the trees and stuff, and she just take it like you can see right here, just taking sandy beaches. Just yes, that was cold. And there you go right there, just seeing the sunset and the beach and just enjoying it.
Nice sunset.
Yes, it is nice sunset. And then after that, the next day, which was your day basically, there she
Yes, we went to the spa, got us a massage.
yeah she went to the spa down.
This was at Haven Site.
Yeah.
Haven Site, yes. So Haven Site is kind of a touristy area. I liked it. It's like right there off the marina. They had a few shops and stuff around. They had a really, really posh looking spa there that was real clean, very well kept. I was impressed with the layout. Um, if I go back, big ups to Gloriana. I'm trying you next. You're the massage therapist that I'm going to. But we had a nice time there. And
Mama, we are on our way for a spa day. Mama, we are on our way.
so, in addition to that, we tried this shop called Naturalista.
Yeah.
And I really liked that shop too. They had all natural hair
Products.
products,
Yep.
skincare products in there.
Mhm.
So it was a good place to go and spend too much money on. But hey.
Yes. And then after that, we went down to as she went down and had our little mini date at the Greenhouse restaurant and bar down there.
And I'm very impressed with this restaurant, guys. The reason why is because it's you look at it from the outside and you think, okay, this is one of those restaurants that's like very tourist friendly.
And it is.
It is. The menu is very. It's a flex menu. You got a lot of stuff on there that is somewhat Americanized, but the food is just good. And you know you've got good food somewhere when the locals are there just as much as the travelers, the tourists.
Yeah.
And that's how Greenhouse is. You've got people who are native to St. Thomas packing the tables just as much as the people who are visiting and so forth like me. So they have really good food. But I think something stole the show. I don't know if you got a picture of it, but
no, I don't think we need to take a picture.
I took a picture of it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout outs to shout out for the Passion Frozen Lemonade. That thing was
it's on there somewhere.
It's the hit. Well, I'm not on your page. I'm on my page.
Oh, you're on your page.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I didn't take that.
Well, I tagged you in my stuff.
I don't think it. Yeah, but I don't think it's a picture that you tagged me in that was in there.
Okay.
But
yes.
I have to say the Greenhouse.
Just
yes.
On that picture.
No, that was it.
But yes.
The frozen passion lemonade.
Fruit frozen lemonade.
That was good. That was good.
That was real good.
I have to. I gotta say, I gotta find a way if I can mix it up there myself. But that was really good. It hit the spot. Yes, and it worked out in a way because funny enough, it worked out in a way because it was happy hour, so you get two drinks for one.
Yes.
So she had a virgin pina colada, and I did the passion fruit frozen lemonade. So we switched one of the drinks over, which is good that she did that.
Oh my god.
So
that
it was
passion fruit lemonade was delicious, and I was mixing it up with the pina colada just to help the pina colada out because the passion fruit lemonade stole the show.
Yeah.
And it did. We went back.
We got some more
on another day.
Yeah. The last day we was there, we went back and got more. So she's correct about that. So we had like I said, that was our date night, us together enjoying ourselves and stuff.
Our date night.
Yes, and then we went to then we went to the beach. So this right here is the coconut place we went to. Where you get the pumpkins, which looks different from our pumpkins. From pumpkins.
And those are when you say pumpkins.
These are pumpkins, but they're not yet orange like you guys have up here in America.
That looks like squash, babe.
No, but that's a pumpkin. No.
That's a pumpkin.
That's a pumpkin. Yes, our pumpkins are green and white spotty. That's pumpkin. I know what it is.
Oh.
Yes.
Cause it looks to me like.
I hear what you're saying, but it's
what
not.
type of squash does it look like? You got butternut. You got sun. It looks like one of them, but okay.
Yeah.
So that's that. And is that grapefruit?
I think that's orange. I don't think it's grapefruit. Like the grapefruit, I told you that was more yellowy and green. This is more orangey, so I don't think so. But this is the stand. As you see right here, the guy with the machete in the background, as she was taping it, basically cutting. That's what it is. You have fresh coconut.
The freshest fish.
Freshest of fresh coconuts that you can get. So that's what it's all thing. And she wanted to be authentic, driving to the beach, so she said, "I will get me a."
So good. So delicious. Nice little pit stop on our way to Megan's Bay.
So, of course, we made it to Megan's Bay, which is one of the private beaches you have to pay to get on there. And yeah, we went all the way down to the end, so you can see, as she could tell you right there, like it's a nice little cove. This is more of really like this. Brewers have like shells and stuff, so you still gotta be careful your step. But this is the sand where you ain't gotta worry about that. Sad part about it, only this is she was getting bitten up, and I felt bad for her that she was getting bitten by the sand flies.
Sand flies are real people. Come prepared, and they sniff out tourist meat. This one here, I don't think he got bit once.
No, I did not.
I probably had like 20 bites on my legs by the time I left. It's just like mosquitoes. You know, mosquitoes have selected people who they go for. Sandflies do too.
Yeah,
Got me
yeah,
small natural bug spray on like the second to the last day there.
yeah.
But
But it was that. So it was. We have the like I said, Megan's Bay, which was enjoyable and understandable in that regard. And of course, she just. I took a picture of you walking down when you had your have that. And she was taking video of the beach.
I just think this is where Ariel Swimmer
So
and
what
met
was
her
that again?
prince
If it was grapes coming in,
after
you
she
if there were
was
grapes,
like, I'm done listening to my daddy. I think
And
that's
Ariel.
the spot, yeah.
Yeah, I got
From The
you.
Little Mermaid.
So I was basically right here explaining that if we do have sea grapes, how we used to do it, which is we take the leaf.
we're gonna take a leaf. I'm trying to snap one off. Now this is the one. Take it, do this, and put the grapes down in here, and you just put them in. You have them like a little cone, and you just eat them like that. That's how we used to do it when I was growing up.
For the sea grapes.
Sea grapes. There's none. Niggas is August is most of the time I've seen them when I used to be around. So this is January. No.
So what was that?
So
Oh, I love it.
yep, it is.
But yes.
And also let's talk about that. This is your first time in this water. What was it going in this water, babe?
So, big announcement. I don't know how to swim. Growing up, going to the beach, the deepest I got out into water was probably maybe to my waist. And this is beach water. Going to the pool, I go up, to here because it's the pool. But going to the beaches, and maybe that's just a natural instinct within myself. I went to Myrtle Beach and the beaches in North Carolina, so forth, Virginia. I want about that go all the way down, towards the deeper end of the water. I wasn't me. So when we went to the beach in Megan's Bay, that was the first time I had been out that far immersed into beach water. And so Travis being a really good swimmer and he's done scuba diving and the whole nines, he's I'm really in his hands. I'm really really just vulnerable to him just taking the lead and there's a lot to be said in that symbolizes back to a relationship, and that sort of thing. So it was just nice. I did lay on my back and float for like
10 seconds.
A second and a half.
No, 10
10
seconds.
seconds.
I let you go, but then when the water hits your ear, you freaked out.
Yeah, it's just getting my ear. So I just got more. I got a lot far way to go. But if he just keeps taking me down to the Caribbean, y'all, then I learned how to swim. Like you just gotta take me down to the Caribbean.
See, there you go. That's what it was right there. You see the water. You was down. You was there. You made it far out and enjoyed. So that's that. But for real, how it was to go in the
It
water.
was very nice. The coolest thing about Megan's Bay, except for me literally just like he just kind of like pulled me through the waters. He was swimming. I was just hanging on his back. The next coolest thing was I just looked down and just saw this sea turtle just swimming by us, just going about his life. Like, oh hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm just swimming, and I was just that just took me to another level. Like, oh my god, it's a sea turtle, and it was a big one. I mean, it looked like that sea turtle's daddy from Finding Nemo, the one that was real cool.
Yeah.
It looked like that sea turtle.
Yes, but that's another thing as well. So just look at it. The Megan's Bay was just beautiful out there, enjoying it, enjoying the waters, and I'm like I said, she you did float. It just when you get that water got to your ear, you stop. It's like stop, no, because
Yeah.
I pulled my hand, I had it like that, and then I pulled one hand, and I put another hand, and she was floating. So I was kind of surprised that you didn't feel my hand going away from you.
And then to next time we will go earlier in the day.
Yeah, we didn't went late, but yeah, but we still enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
We did
Oh
still
my
enjoy
God,
ourselves.
that water. It is gorgeous, you guys. And Megan Day probably felt just a little bit more special and romantic because it was hardly no one there. So we
Yeah.
felt like we had the beach to ourselves, so that's just a special added touch.
Yes. It is a special added touch for that, and that's what we had. And then we had what do you call it? That because also another shot which is here, which we went to Sapphire. And it's my mom and her. And we
Yes,
went to
Sapphire Beach.
we went to a restaurant called Coal Pot.
Was it Cold Pot?
Yes.
That was the name of it. I forget.
Yeah, and she had another food which is fungi.
Yes, I had fungi, and then I had what was the stuff that I had? Was it chicken, ponti,
Roti.
chicken roti?
Yep.
Yes, but I had fungi. Fungi was delicious, and then I had what kind of fish? I had some hard nosed fish.
Yes. Come on, mom had hot dogs.
I
Yeah.
had what type of potatoes were they?
Can't remember. I really can't.
I forget, but it didn't taste like potatoes back here. It was really delicious. The food just tasted so
Oh, the
fresh.
sweet potatoes. That's what I was
Yes.
showing you. The sweet potatoes
The
is different.
sweet
It's
potatoes.
not red like or orangey like
Yes.
up here. It's
They
white.
were
Down.
white,
Yeah.
white sweet potatoes, which I had never had. Didn't even know there were white sweet potatoes. And the taste of that sweet potato tasted like it had already been. It's like it tasted like sugar and butter had been added to it, and it was just plain. It's just been cooked, and
Uh-huh.
it just already had this flavorful taste already in it. It was delicious.
Yep. So we went to Coal Pot. Then we did that, and of course, like I said, we went to church. It was this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But this Saturday though, but other than that, which I don't have it on here, will be on your timeline. I don't think we went to Outriggers, which is in Red Hook, which is
Yeah.
where those pictures, the first pictures were. We saw that from because there was a show that she watched on HGTV called Caribbean Life, and she was like, again, you never thought you'd be down there Caribbean Life,
No.
like look at it,
Oh
look, you're
my
watching
goodness.
Caribbean like it was it. This part is weird. It was not weird, but it was unique to me, which is when we got that when I met her and I told her where I was from, which is Nevis, and she's like, I gotta see what it looks like. So she was like, hey, I joined this page on Instagram. I'm looking at Caribbean Life. I'm looking at all these
Yeah.
these videos from back there, just to see. Oh my God, this looks so good.
Because I'm not trying to overhype it, but like when me and him met, it was so much about him off the bat that I was just like, this has to be God. Like, I feel like this is exactly what I've been waiting for. And a lot of the traits and characteristics that he brings to the table is things that came out of the culture that he grew up in. And he's lived in North Carolina since he was 18.
Yeah.
But yet, that didn't really shape and mold Travis. So when me and him started dating, I was very curious to see the type of culture that he grew up in to the best that I could. So yeah, I started watching more, and I like Caribbean Life anyway because I just like I said, I've always wanted to go, and it's just a y'all drool over looking at those beaches.
Yeah.
But when he told me about being born in Nevis, which is another country altogether, and then moving to St. Thomas, I got really fascinated, and I still am. This is the man that I'm looking to marry, and our children will be part of him, and so I want them to be really immersed into that culture and that lifestyle. So yeah.
Yeah. So, but going to another point, we watched that episode before we left. For these guys was going out there to make a restaurant, which they did Outriggers. That's what it is.
Mhm.
It's in Red Hook. It's right there before you go to the ferry, And like I said, we went there. I mean, I understand it was a little quiet because of everything, but they got the fish. They have stuff. They do have a menu item which is cool. If you catch your own fish and bring it in, they will cook it for you.
Yes.
So if you got any type of fish, they will bring it there and they will cook it for you, which is
And
pretty
they're
cool.
literally right off the water.
Yeah, like one of the couples that sit, one of the people who sit beside us, they came off the boat.
Yes.
It's late night and they came off
Voted
the
on
boat.
up. Said,
Yeah,
hey,
they came off the dock and they
get
came
this
over here.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we did as well to enjoy that in that regard. And then Sunday we went and enjoyed. We went, of course, we went to church. So church down there,
Yes.
and then we went across to um, we went across to my sister.
Yes.
So she, is my
Oh,
sister or
that was
whatever. So
nice.
we went across to her sister. Oh, I forgot to bring it up here. But again, we have to do it because I forgot a rum, the patch rum or
Oh,
whatever, which
yeah.
looks good. But anyway, we were across by my sister. And, let her meet her, talk. We had stuff. My sister, she has a green thumb.
Yes.
She has a green thumb, so she had a lot of fruit trees in her
Yes.
backyard.
Pomegranate. Or pomegranate.
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 Yeah.
I say pomegranate. But,
Okay.
Banana.
Mhm. Pineapple.
Pineapple. I forgot about pineapple. Gosh.
She had
I forgot about
pineapple.
pineapple.
She had that
Sour. She had
sorrel.
sorrel.
Yeah.
She had
Mangoes.
mangoes. She had
Guavas.
guavas. She had did she have soursop too?
Yeah.
Okay. So she had soursop and am I missing something?
Sugar apple. She had sugar apple, but it was not in.
Yeah. You see, January is January, so a lot of these fruit are not in season. What's in season in January? Mangoes were still in season, right?
In a way, but not fully.
Not
the
fully.
full. Yeah.
Coconut.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
different.
that's that power fruit.
Yeah.
Um.
And then she never saw it, but she also thought about guava berry, which is a different type of berry. It's not, I don't know why they call it guava berry. Do not ask me, but it's like red little, kind of
So
look
guava
look
berry
like
is different
cranberries.
from just guava.
Yes, it looks like kind of like little small cranberries, but that's what it is. That's what the rum you saw of guava berry that I brought back up because I said I wanted to taste it, how that tastes.
Right.
So have that.
Yes.
So we had that. So that, and then of course we went and joined over to Linquist Beach, which was very nice. That's where you see this. Give me a second. I'll bring it up on the screen. You did share that part.
That one was gorgeous. So
Yep.
Linquist Beach brought on
Let's see all that. That's clear. That's what I like about that. And also, she understands why I am a beach snob.
yes, he is a beach snob and for good reason. For good reason. When we first started dating, he said, "Yeah, I need to see the water." And he made this comment. He's like, "That's why so." He said, "When I came to the States, I realized why so many people get bit by sharks because you can't see what's in the water." And he's got a very strong point because, again, like me as a kid, maybe instinctively I just didn't feel comfortable going further out deeper in the water than I did because it's murky and it's cloudy and it's really like this gambles. Like you're just close my eyes and I'm gonna stick my hand in the box and I don't know if anything's gonna bite me or whatever.
But this is clear water right here,
Yeah,
and you can
it's
see
just
everything.
beautiful.
Yes. So
I wonder how my angel kids are doing.
So what happened that the reason she said that because she did not. So we went to Linquist Beach, and maybe for the first 10, 15 minutes, we get in the water. We had to, the one thing about down there is yes, even though it's a little bit cold, but it's a little cooler. Whatever. The sun was up, but the water's still the water, just what it is. But it will feel warm to you once you plunge your whole body in. That's what I told you. You got to dig the plunge.
Mm-hmm.
Once you plunge everything else, then it just feels good after that. So we went there, and you can say the water is just beautiful. So we went there, and I told her, "Hey, look at the fish." She's like, "What?" So there was angel fishes that were swimming around, and then after a while, I'm like, "They're going after her." I'm like, "Why are they going after you?" I don't know. I don't know if they take that tourist blood again, like you was talking about with the
I don't know.
sandflies.
They
But-
did not let up. I mean, everywhere, and I was a little uncomfortable, I admit, because I'm not used to the sea life, you know. But it was almost like this just cuteness, because they're angelfish and they're just swimming around me. Like one literally almost leaped down into my swimsuit. Like it was just, I don't know. But then you had other kids. They were looking for fish and sea animals and stuff.
Well, yeah, they saw because they did saw some stuff out there. Their moms took them out to see, and this is some stuff out there. But yes, I mean, like I said, that's that water right there, man. That's why I enjoyed it myself. As I said, this is where we were at
The
church,
church, yes.
and it's Methodist Church downtown Market Square. That's what it's called. And this is basically just us in our Sunday best. But yes, the beach was pretty good. We enjoyed it down there. So I just had we had ourselves a very fun and good time, and that's where we had a good time down there. And then we then wait, but that's not it because that was the last day. But that was not it. We went to so we got to talk about this part, of course. So it was the last day down there. We look at everything. I said we're gonna go back down because one thing also that she didn't talk about, which is we went to a Weeks and Weeks bakery to get some food, get some bread.
How could we forget Weeks and Weeks Bakery? This is a childhood, what would be the word? Childhood staple of yours? Like it's just like it's embedded in you. It's like
Yeah,
yeah. It's the bakery.
it is the bakery. So you get butter bread and
I've got pictures on my phone.
I got you. No, I got you. It's nothing, but we have butter bread, which is a staple for down there in the Caribbean.
Butter bread,
And then we had
coconut drops.
Yeah, and then she gets some. She had a coconut tart,
Mm-hmm.
and I introduced to her this earlier in our relationship. You know, they call them empanadas up here down in the Caribbean. We call them beef patties or saltfish or chicken. We have a patty. So I went to a store I've been going. I went to a store which I am very happy that it's still down there.
The little shop that was that you got the beef patty.
Yeah.
So it's been there
Since I was in middle school.
Oh wow.
Since I was in middle school, it was there. So
That
I
was delicious.
yeah,
Mm.
it definitely was good. And that's what one of the shops was like that. So it really made it enjoyable for me. And we had the patties, and then that's when we went back and got the extra
Passion
passion
fruit,
fruit
lemonade.
frozen passion fruit lemonade. Yep,
Ah.
that's when we did that. So we got that situation set up, of course, to have that. And then we ate, like I said, we had that plus the coconut stuff, and then we went over just to take one more situation, which was I'm trying to bring up on the screen here. I went over to say let's just have one more day and to get some, because we didn't get a chance to do drone flying because of the the delinquents had like a little rules, and I was just like, I've kind of done it, but after it's something you just don't want to cause trouble.
No.
That's it.
We're not troublemakers.
Not really. So that's what it is. So this is the other. We went to Lincoln's Beach. This is the other side of the peninsula of Lincoln's Beach. So right up here is where the beach is, Lincoln's Beach, which I'm gonna fly over. But this is called Sapphire. So this is the other side of it that we had. So
Beautiful.
yes. So we went there. Take some more videos. We went over by Miss Harriet, and then some Johnny cakes.
Mm-hmm.
We had that too. Taste some Johnny cakes.
Delicious.
Yep. And had that.
Delicious.
And then so we head back. And of course, we got the news that the plane got delayed by an hour.
Yes.
So we got delayed by an hour. So I said, okay, we good. So we head down to the airport. We got there before the plane landed, and you know, funny enough, she asked me which TSA is bad, America or St. Thomas. I think she got her answer.
Which one was worse?
Which one was worse? Yes, because it was asinine. It was just straight up asinine.
Well, you get different things in different cultures. There's a phrase of island time, and I think that's true of the
Yeah.
airport at St. Thomas.
I mean, we got there. We got through customs. It's funny enough when
Right.
she was funny enough when she said this stuff earlier about her passport. We got there. We saw a line, passport, no passport. I was like, okay.
And it's U.S. territory, but it's pretty much like you said. You go through customs, so it's pretty much set up like you're you're flying back through international, even
Yeah.
though you're technically not.
Yeah.
So you're going through the customs process. So please allow time for that.
Yes.
That being said, we missed our flight. We were able to catch one an hour later.
No, right after. Remember, it landed just as the other one took off.
Okay, okay.
But it was
So
an
it was
hour.
about an hour later before we got on.
Yeah.
But
No, it wasn't because the other plane was on time. This one was an hour late back because it was an hour
Okay.
back. So it was, but we catch the next plane back, which made us an hour difference. And we made it back. It was kind of messed up that that happened.
luckily though, our
Connected flight was 3 hours, so it just
right,
took
so
me
it didn't mess
two
up our
hours.
flight to Miami. At
Yes.
all, so that was good.
Yes, it was. It was just something. But
If you are at Miami Airport, do not give your hard-earned money to Nathan's hot dogs. That was a letdown, but that's all I have to say about that.
that's all you have to say about that.
Verizon customers, your phone will pick up excellent in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Go Verizon.
Well, yeah, but yes, we didn't have to worry about too much. We made it back here, 10 at night. Another thing that was crazy, which I can't share, but we also traveled. It's funny. We walked down there, which I wasn't prepared for this. We walked down there with a lot of stuff for my mom and my grandma, like she stated, and we walked back up here with a lot of souvenirs because she went to my mom's. My mom was showing her stuff, so we got
His mom,
bowls,
She's
plates.
a potter. She does pottery. So this woman has a big collection of pottery and things that she's going to pass down to him. And being that they're thousands of miles apart and they only can see each other if one is fine to see the other, I think there's this process of just every time you see her, she sees you, you're just getting small portions of pottery. So yes, we had stuff that I was wrapping up that I wanted to bring back. It's beautiful pieces. So yes, we had that. We had some libations, of course, and it was So it definitely was. I think we had more coming back than we did.
Yeah, we had plates, bowls, a candle seashell.
Souvenirs from my parents.
Pants for hers, candle
Yeah.
seashells, seashell that my mom had. One up
Some
a
food.
jaded globe.
Yes, I like all this gorgeous.
Had that. Of course, we got food. That was no problem. And then, of course, she's not a super drinker. I'm not a super drinker myself either, because she knows that. But I drink once in a while, more than you, but I drink once in a
I
while.
mean, you're going to the capital of rum.
Yeah.
This is where the rum comes from that you're drinking. So they've got a plethora of different varieties.
Alcohol is cheap down there.
There is cheap, and then there's certain things, varieties of rum you're not
Won't
gonna
ever
get
get.
in the States. Like
Yeah.
the one that I think you should just probably do. There's maybe like a little 15, 20, 30 minute video video just about that rum because it's so rare. It's a Puerto Rican rum and it's so cute.
And
I'm a lightweight. I don't drink like that, but it's so pretty, and I want him to get like the whole collection of it in each flavor and just have it nicely displayed.
yes,
Yeah.
cause we had it had. Basically, what it is rum in this little glass bottle. It looks like more like a like a tequila rum. I mean, a tequila bottle in a way. But inside of it, they put their fruits of whatever the rum is inside with the rum.
Mm-hmm.
So you had the one
Mm-hmm.
that we have down. The one I have downstairs is passion fruit, and you have see the passion seeds in there. You have coconut. You see the coconut, the true coconut inside there.
If Jack Sparrow had pulled up to this swanky little hole in the wall, I know these are all contradictory. They would be using that wrong. Like it
Yeah.
was so posh, but
Yes.
it looked like wrong. Like it was just like,
And for
oh,
the
it's
first,
so interesting.
yes, it was. And for me, like there was another thing I brought up, which is vodka, which Caribbean is not known for vodka.
No.
But they made vodka out of a fruit that's now known down there called breadfruit.
Breadfruit, which I forgot to mention. I tried breadfruit, delicious. I mean, I know I got the kicker because your mom, so she hooked up all the meals, but the way she cooked it, it was so good and so savory. Just like I liked it.
Yeah, so cause
Taste
she,
that
she
salt in
she
it.
had all that and all. She drank salsa, but I turned into the smoothie.
Yep.
That and then of course you had also the tamarind.
Yep.
So you had
But
that.
the breadfruit vodka is called. You said you get the give them
It's
the
called
name.
mutiny. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, there are four flavors, but I wanted just the original breadfruit because I never thought of that.
Right.
They have
They,
one that was like ginger something, and then they had some with cayenne.
that's a kicker.
Yeah, had that. But vodka's a different beast than rum, so I just whatever. But that was pretty cool. So we walk up. She had 6 balls. I had 6 balls. We walk like you're allowed to walk 6 balls. You ain't gotta worry about paying for it as a check luggage. It's check, but it's free from if you went from St. Thomas.
Mm.
So you ain't gotta worry about paying no $60, $30 extra. It is free to fly with 6 bottles of alcohol up to the United States from St. Thomas to St. Croix. Can't say St. John because St. John ain't got an airport, but St. Croix, St. John, St. Thomas, and St. Croix,
Mhm.
you can carry that up there. So that was good. So we did that. We got back up here, and the funny part about it, that Friday when we was, we had our first date down in the greenhouse, whatever.
Greenhouse.
It was snowing like crazy up here.
Uh-huh. Yup.
So we missed that snowstorm, which was good.
Jack Frost. We missed that trip.
Yep. So we didn't get. So she was happy because she's not a cold. She don't like cold, but for her to like, I'm down here and that. And she made a joke about this couple months when we said we're gonna go. She was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if it's snowing up here and I'll be down there?" I'm like, "Hey, sorry, I'm here in 70 degrees, whatever." And it happened.
And it happened. It happened. We had one of those kind of late winters like we've had in the past, and it did just that. It did just that, and the timing couldn't have been more perfect, if you ask me. Other than the fact that they gypped us a day, but
Yeah.
the snow came when it needs to come.
Yes.
So
And then that's just something on American Airlines. So far, we have not have we have even though we traveled only twice, we have 2 incidents with American Airlines when we're traveling. So that's like we like I said, going to St. Thomas, they cancel. Then we missed the flight. Then we went to Texas. Everything was good going to Texas. Coming back, we missed our
oh
connecting
Lord,
flight,
that
and we
was
spent
the
a whole day in
that was
Charlotte Douglas. Yeah. So that was kind of suck. And again, just walking around trying to catch that flight, man, it was just, it was crazy.
but you fly at your own risk.
Yes. But that's our travel vlog. We'll do more detail, better, more pictures and stuff like that. I just wanted to get this out as a piece and get her response and stuff, and you guys get used to her camera, presence and everything. It's nighttime when she's not a night person. I forced her
No,
to do
you probably
this.
see me yawn like 4
Yeah.
times.
I forced her to do this, which is whatever.
You didn't force me.
But
Can't
yeah,
use that word nowadays. So
Yeah.
anyway. But yes, I have plenty to say about St. Thomas because it's a beautiful place. It's a place where my boo lived from the age of 10 till 18. So it it's just a great place to travel, which a lot of Americans know and utilize that reason for. Because
Yeah.
you don't have to have a passport there if you're an American citizen. You know, it helps just accessibility. But and one other thing that we didn't get a chance to partake in, mainly because we just ran out of time, is the fact that it's a cluster with other UVIs. So you've got Saint John and
Croy.
Saint Croix and Water Island
Yeah.
that are all a part of the U.S. territory, and you can catch the
A
boat,
ferry.
the ferry, which
Yeah.
was what we were going to do with Saint John because it's the closest one to Saint Thomas.
No, Water Island's closer.
Water Island is closer.
It's
Okay.
just smaller.
Okay.
Water Island's like it's literally not that big.
Gotcha.
It's
But
very
we were
small.
going to catch a ferry to St. John. Didn't get the chance to do that, but that's just another opportunity to take advantage of because you get to experience multiple islands while you're down there vacationing. So that's cool.
Yeah. And I would like to do it when I have a car or whatever. Because here's the thing: I ain't never and watching Caribbean Life with you. I know about Cruise Bay, which is the capital of St. John, but there's another town on the opposite side. I ain't never been there.
Hmm.
Never been there. So I would like to just travel, go to the beach, whatever. Beach with the salt will take a while, so that'll be the last thing to do. But maybe go to the east side of St. John and understand that place because I didn't know that place at all. It's like I never been there. Just, it was just so new to me. So I've always that's how crazy it is. A person said it, but when you used to, a person said this when you go to you've been in a place so long that you don't even know that. But when other people come out of town, like, oh, you never know. I said, yeah, you know what? I never know about this place or whatever because you just grew up there,
Right.
so you never had that situation like that. So I think it's Coral Bay. That's the one I never been to.
Oh.
I've been to
And this
Cruise
is
Bay. That's
on
Cruise Bay. This is St. John.
St. John. Okay.
This is St. John. So let me see here, just so you guys could see exactly what we're talking about. Because sometimes, it will be. There you go. So you see what we're talking about right there on the screen. So St. John. So I've been to. Where was it? I've been to, of course. One of the famous one is Trunk Bay. Trunk Bay because they have the little island outside here, and everybody sees that in when you go to St. John, you always see that shot. This is I've
I
been to
really want to go to St. John.
I've been to Cruise Bay. That's the one you see the most down there. All these right here are ferry lines. You see ferry one to St. Thomas and stuff like that. So right there, so you can see right there. Look out that's St. John, and that's total. So close they are
Yeah. Yeah.
to West End. And for me, again, I never know that. It's just as me. Like I always seen this because you go to West End, I always see this island here and this island here. I didn't know all this was St. John over here. I did not know that looking across.
Oh wow.
I never knew that. That's my first time like looking at it. Just Van Dyke, I've been there once. I know the one because one of them is Anegada. I think this is it right here. Yeah, Virgin Gorda, and then you have Anegada. One of them is I know Peter Island, but I've never been to Peter Island.
Those are British territories.
This is the British territories, yes. Where is Anegada? There you go.
Gotcha.
So you got Anegada.
Very cool.
But I didn't know all that was. Come on, aunt used to live up here, so I never know
Yes.
looking across that was St. John. I didn't even know that. Wow, you never know stuff. So I never been to Coral Bay. So yeah, this is like the second town to the east of it. And it's kind of the reason I say that because as you can see, they don't have a boat ferry from that side. See, they have a ferry from this side. You can see the lines. You see those? You see the ferry here, but you never see this. I never been on this side over here.
Okay. So
Uh,
that's also on the list.
got you. Where would be the? I don't think it's the main point. Where is it? Is one of them is a place where I actually don't know, but like it's where, sadly, it is the plantation.
There's one.
I think it is that way. Like it's a plantation, and you can go to the beach. It's not that though. Like you go to a beach right off the this is the plantation. You're right. This is the plantation. I remember that now. I remember those pictures. This is a sugar plantation that's on St. John, and this is where they had a thing called, sadly, it's called this since it's Black History Month. Right, why not tell it? There's a place called Bloody Rock where so many slaves they threw themselves to kill themselves because they didn't want to be slaves, so they were staying with their blood. So they, it's not as important now, but it like you see hints of red and
You
stuff on the
still
rock.
see him. Wow.
Yeah, so you have that. So this is where
Nice.
they make the sugar stuff. But here it is here where you go on you go on the right here. There's a shelf. That's what it is. Like from here to here is a shelf. You can walk out this far out. But once you get to a certain spot, it's a big old drop.
Wow.
Like it drops off. And I scuba dive there with my cousin and stuff like that. So yeah, I think if you turn it on the satellite, like you can see on like yeah, you can walk all the way out here, and then you just that dark blue just drop down.
Wow.
Straight down for a good long while. So yep. So when you walk out here, you look like you kind of like Jesus in a way because the water is like up to your thigh at the most, and you can just walk all the way out here without no problem. It ain't gonna get no deeper.
Okay.
But you can see how very dark this
Yep.
is.
Sure can.
So yeah.
Well,
But
alrighty then.
so I never been to Cruise Bay. I mean Coral Bay. Sorry, Coral Bay. That one is different for me. So I gotta check it out whenever I go down there because I never been. I wonder if my mom ever went over that end. Because again, I don't know that. And then you had East End. I'm like, so I swear I never knew it was that close to. It was that. I was looking at St. John all the other time. I never had known that.
Mm.
I never known it was like from here to here. Okay, well, learn something new.
Yes.
Learn something new.
Yes.
So that stated, yes, that's just pretty cool. I hope we get another chance to go see that itself, or we get to head to Nevis and see how that works out too. So just wanted to give a little video putting up there of our adventures and stuff. We are I'm working behind the scenes to make something called T3 Life, where we'll be talking about our relationship and relationship in general to help other people if they want to see that. And then we're gonna do reviews of certain things like cameras. Like I got videos of cameras, drones, pots, whatever. To help people, we just average reviews and stuff. She might do the exact same thing with stuff that she has. And then also we will show some cooking as well too. So we're gonna do cooking and stuff like today's the day before 2 days before Valentine's, and I cooked up a food for my boo thing as she said.
Nice candlelit dinner, dinner, and it was really, really nice. You even treated me before we went the night before we went to.
Yes,
Yeah, the night before.
I was in the night. It was in the night or the weekend.
It's a weekend.
Yeah, I don't think it was the night yet. Where we
Yeah.
did where I did got some steaks from Omaha, filet
Mignon,
mignon, and then scalloped potatoes, apple
tartlets.
tartlets. Yeah, and we went. I took that. I went on a video, learned how to do perfect steaks, and it came out very juicy, very good. So
Spot on.
yeah, so you're gonna need some T3 lives, and also there's gonna be some inspiration thing on there too because I'm gonna give it a point where you can do some inspiration, or also talk about something that women need to talk about. Those who go through fibroids
Yes.
and stuff like that. So she will tell you that her journey and her
Yes.
pursuit in what she's doing. So look out for that. Basically, as basically in March, because that's the anniversary of my company TT Records, 20 years in the making. So I'm blessed to that. So again, I want to thank you guys out there for giving me your time, your ears, your mind for listening to Project Open Mic. Of course, that's something we do, but listen to us right here. That's all it is. So we'll catch you next time, and we'll do better videos, of course, to show what we did. All right. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.